What's up, YouTube? It's Wednesday, so let's talk about Agatha all along. Now, this episode, it was pretty good. I think last week's episode, since it's kind of the halfway point, that was like the okay, let's just have a low episode before we build up to the big ending. So I'll write that off as episode four was just the halfway point. But this episode, we got a lot to talk about. So let's dive into it. Now, this episode, it starts off with the team, and they are basically they let they left the door open when they summoned Rio, and that allowed the Salem Seven to get on the road with them. And this episode was very kind of suspenseful. You had a lot of like scary moments, a lot of, oh, are they gonna make it? I really liked this episode. And while the Salem Seven they were on the road, they went ahead and they were trying to basically get Agatha, get Agatha, get Agatha. And so what happened is the team they did a traditional witch thing and they started getting on their brooms and they tried to fly above the road to kind of escape them. The road was like, nah, you're gonna have to come back down. So the road made them come back down, and that's where they saw their next trial house. Now, they get into the trial house and theme, and I'm noticing each trial has its own theme. And kind of like in WandaVision, each show had its own theme. Each trial has its own theme. And I'm thinking this one's more of like I'm thinking like 80s. You had like your 80s hairstyles, your 80s dress, and I like the aesthetic of it. But they get into the trial house, and this one's Agatha's turn. So now we kind of start to learn a little bit more about Agatha's background. We learned that as a child, her mom and her coven tried to kill her. And in Agatha's trial, there's a Ouija board, and they have to talk to the Ouija board, and they have to say, okay, they have to defeat this trial. And the Ouija board turns out to be like a spirit gets summoned, and it's her mom. And her mom, possesses Agatha, and she's just trying to basically, scare and trying to keep Agatha for herself in a sense. And towards the end of the trial, we learn her mom basically just tells her, she's like, yo, I should have killed you like right when you came out the womb. I should have killed you. It's very, very dark. And it just shows like how much her mom just did not like her. And as we're going, the trial was to punish Agatha, and the crew was like, "Yo, let's leave her. Leave her and let her deal with her own stuff." But right at the nick of time, Teen, he goes back to the Ouija board, and he asks who it is, and it's Nicholas Spark. I think it's Smart or Sharp, one of the two, Agatha's son. And as soon as Agatha hears that, she kind of snaps out of her possession and, comes back to normal. But while this was going on, Alice stepped in and she tried to basically protect Agatha because her mom was about to possess her. Well, she was possessing her. So Alice stepped in and she used her powers to kind of stop the possession from happening. And Agatha ends up draining her powers, and ultimately Alice dies. So I don't know if they're going to have to choose another protection witch because you have to have a full coven. That's how Rio came into the picture. So, okay. I think I may know what's going on here. But they get back on the road, and everybody's upset about what happened to Agatha, especially Teen or Pet. He's like, "Why did you do this?" He's questioning her, and Agatha gives him this kind of snark smile, and she's like, "Yeah, you're just like your mother," and that's where we get the big reveal. Now, there was a lot of speculation going on into this about who the teen could be. Everybody was saying, something or other. And it's confirmed that it is Wiccan. It is Scarlet Witch's son. So now I'm wondering, are they going to have Scarlet Witch or Wanda Maximoff? Are they going to have her come in as the protection witch? I don't know. But when Wiccan, after she says what she says about, oh, you're just like your mother, he basically possesses, I think it's Jen and the older witch. I forget her name, and he basically possesses them and makes them throw her off the side of the road into like the quicksand. And then what else happens? She basically throws the both other. He basically throws the other witches on there also. So now I don't know what happened to Rio during all this. I don't know if she's in on it. You know, Rio, she's there. I think she's just there to cause chaos, in which I like it. You know, she's funny. But she wasn't there during this scene. So it's questions out about where she was. But and then the ultimate reveal is, you know, the camera pans up to Teen's face, and we could see that he had, you know, the crown that Wiccan wears, and it's like, oh yeah, so this is Wiccan. So overall, it was a really good episode. I really liked it. It kept me engaged. It kept me entertained. It kind of, you know, gave me those spooky moments with the Salem Seven, and I'm wondering like what are they gonna do, because they're still out on the road, but we don't know where Rwanda or the other parts of her coven are. So I think there's only like maybe about 2 episodes left, so they got to start winding it down. Hopefully, it doesn't get too rushed, because it's a lot to kind of unpack in those 2 episodes. But I would say overall, this episode, I give it like a 9 out of 10. Some of the CGI while they were flying the brooms, it was a little and that was really the only low point for me. Other than that, like I said, I really enjoyed it. If you watch this episode, let me know what your thoughts about it. And if you liked the video, like it. If you didn't, dislike it. I'm Sam, and have a good one.